How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of our UFC save here in WMMA 5. And here today we have a big one. It's Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor 2. And this should be quite an interesting contest. You can see here Conor McGregor, a slight favorite in this second matchup between these two veterans now. Definitely not young anymore, unfortunately. It will have been, what, a good 10 years? When was their first fights? Let me look into that, actually. When was their first fight? 2015, so yeah, 9 years since their first fight. It should make for a very, very even contest, very good contest. Odds makers are apparently saying Zombie's going to get smoked, but I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, too. I don't feel like he'll win, because I feel like Volkanovski's going to try to take it to the ground, actually. But, I mean, crazier things have happened. You run into Zombie, he can knock you out in an instant. I mean, poor Frankie Edgar found that out, so I digress. We have Aldo McGregor. Our next fight card is going to be Jan versus Pettis, a big fight in the bantamweight division. We are making our way towards UFC 300, which is going to be a big card. That's going to be just insane. Hopefully, we get a good amount of people able to watch that. I'm probably going to live stream that, honestly, on both YouTube and Twitch, so that way the majority of people can watch that, because that's going to be insane. UFC 300, I mean, 10 titles on the line on that main card, 20 fights total. That first of all, it's going to take forever because they're all 5-round fights. So that's going to be maybe an hour-and-a-half long episode or something like that if they all go 5 rounds or something. It's going to be insane. But it's very exciting. UFC 300 had to do something big, and so we're going to do something big. Main event's probably going to be John Jones and Tai Tuivasa, but we're not going to name it after them. It's simply going to be named UFC 300. But let's get into the fight card for today. Aldo versus McGregor. You can take a look at the rankings here. Since the last time, Shaba Hosh moves up a little bit. Kyle Dawkins is also ranked. Also had Tony Ferguson in the super lightweight rankings. Ally Quinta moves up after getting a big win over Rory McDonald. At lightweight, we have our contender in Dustin Poirier. Gary Tonin moves up to the top 15. Dan Hooker moves down. At featherweight, Pavel Vichuk into the top 15. At bantamweight, no movement whatsoever. Flyweight, James Kolvinskas into the top 20 after beating Mighty Mouse, who was out of the top 20. At featherweight, Pacheco moves up a little bit after getting a win. Nothing at bantamweight. Flyweight, Paige Van Zandt switched spots with Zhang Jinan after getting a rather surprise win, honestly. And then at strawweight, Mirong Hu, 4-0 in her UFC career thus far, breaks into the top 10 after a win over Natalia Silva, I believe. And those are the ranking updates. Let's get into it. Aldo versus McGregor. Did I put it on TV? I did. I made a mistake last time by not putting a fight card on TV. Show taking place in Brazil, by the way. So rather hostile territory for Conor McGregor in this big UFC Fight Night card. And we start off with Curtis Millender taking on Randy Rude Boy Brown. I'm a big fan of Rude Boy, actually. I actually follow him on Twitch. He has a Twitch channel, in case you didn't know. But a very even fight between these two. Curtis Millender, I believe we've cut and then brought him back. And Millender gets the TKO victory in round number 2. Christian Savoy taking on Sean Brady in the 175 division. Very even fight between these two. And it is Tiger Savoy getting the unanimous decision win. He's now 5-2 in his UFC career thus far. Sean Brady looking like a really, really good contender in real life. Brock Weaver, a piece of crap in real life. He's taking on Maxim Shvets. And Brock Weaver gets the dub here via TKO in round number 2. He's 6-2-1 in his UFC career. Amiron Gogoladze taking on Sheldon Westcott in the 175 division. I have a bad habit of, for the prelims, just booking like all the fights in one division. You know what I mean? I need to try to get out of that habit, but it makes it a lot easier. Whatever. Like, you're gonna see a lot of 175, 185, 205 fights together. It is what it is. I'm just trying to get these fights out there as soon as possible. Basically a pick-em between the two of these guys, and it's Gogoladze who gets the unanimous decision victory over the 39-year-old here today. Moving along, Corey McKenna who was recently in a fight in London and lost, taking on April Asenio in the strawweight division. And it's Corey McKenna getting a knockout over April Asenio. Asenio, I believe, might just be too small for this division. She had a no contest against Jessica Del Boni in her UFC debut. But she hasn't gotten a win yet, I should say. Moving along, Takeya Mizugaki, bringing him back. After a little stint in KSW, 40 years old, 40 years young, I should say, taking on Mateus Vasco, and Mizugaki getting the unanimous decision in this one. His return to the Octagon, mid-level national in Europe, I should say, low-level national in America, but still a little bit of drawing power behind this guy, 40 years old, and still going at it at 40 years young. Pingyuan Liu taking on Benito Golden Boy Lopez in the 135 division. Looks like Liu is the favorite in this one, and it's Golden Boy actually getting the TKO in round 2. He's now 7-4 in his UFC career. Moving along, Kyu Sung Kim taking on Geraldo de Freitas in the bantamweight division, and it is de Freitas getting the leg lock in round number 2 as a good fight. And he has himself 2 straight wins. Alright, Elias Garcia taking on Paul Marin in the flyweight division. Couple of 5'5" boys going at it. And it is Elias Garcia with the submission. Rear naked choke in round number 1. Holds on to his ranking at flyweight. Tamdan McCrory taking on Mahmoud Muradov in the 185 division. McCrory a big favorite over Muradov, but it is Muradov knocking out the Barn Cat McCrory in round number 2. The 30th win of his career. He's now 8-2 in the UFC on a nice 4-fight winning streak as well. Jalen Turner taking on Irish Dragon Paul Felder in the 155 division. Felder, I don't believe, has had a very good save. He's lost 2 out of his last 3. On the other side, you have Turner, number 21 in the division, on the 3-fight winning streak. Just needs that big win over a ranked opponent. And this is the first main card fight, and Jalen Turner gets it. Knocks out the Irish Dragon Paul Felder in round number 1. A big knockout punch that probably sends him into the top 20. Angela Lee taking on the karate hottie Michelle Watterson in our next contest. I believe in real life Michelle Watterson is injured. I know she got pulled from her fight, I believe, with Mackenzie Dern. I believe that fight was actually supposed to be on the Phoenix card. Not 100% sure, but nonetheless, Angela Lee taking on karate hottie. Angela Lee having a fight in one championship recently where she beat Stamp Fairtex. And you can see she's barely ranked here in the UFC, but she gets a submission victory over the karate hottie here today. The biggest win of her career in the UFC thus far. Habib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov, taking on Funky Ben Askren in the welterweight division. Habib, what can I say? It's been tough. Beats Tony Ferguson in his first fight. Knocked out by Conor McGregor. Gets submitted by Gregor Gillespie. Beats Dan Hooker. Loses to Donald Cerrone and Diego Sanchez. That is insane. Pulls out a win over Takashi Sato. I believe that was at welterweight as well, right? Was it a super lightweight fight? That was a super lightweight fight. That is interesting. But yeah, Habib here at welterweight, number 17 in the division. He's the number 24 middleweight in the world, number 16 lightweight in the world. Interesting stuff from Habib recently. Ben Askren coming off a loss to Wonderboy Thompson. Before that, 2 wins over Gunnar Nelson and Mike Chiesa. Habib is the odds-on favorite, but Ben Askren in a poor fight. 2 wrestlers going at it, and Ben Askren gets a split decision over Habib Nurmagomedov. Interesting. That is interesting. And Askren just retired. I'm going to see if he wants to unretire after this, but that is insane. Ben Askren beats Habib and then retires immediately afterwards. Another match about to begin. Naoki Inoue, former flyweight challenger, coming off that loss, of course, to Bagotinov, beat Joseph Morales, and then lost to now current title contender Eric Shelton. Takes on Joshua Pasio, who himself is only a couple fights away, probably from a title shot, honestly. He's the underdog in this one. Couple of Asians going at it, and it's Naoki Inoue getting the unanimous decision victory. Joshua Pasio, it's going to take a little bit more time for him to get that title shot now, and he wants to fight Eric Shelton again. Co-main event time. It's Liana Jojua taking on Marina Moknatkina. Now, in real life, Marina Moknatkina is about to fight Kayla Harrison in PFL in May. And Liana Jojua, I believe the last time she fought, she like busted up her nose against Raquel Pennington, and they wouldn't let her fight or something like that. I honestly don't remember. But this is not the first time they've met. As you can see, there at the bottom, Marina Moknatkina back in 2018, which is about 6 years in game. So this is going to be an interesting one. The co-main event, 7 years her elder is Moknatkina, and she gets the win via leg lock in round number 1. RBM saying McGregor versus Khabib 3 should probably take place at some point, despite Khabib's shortcomings. I feel the mod makers do. They do Khabib dirty, and I feel like the main reason is because they don't feel like his stand-up is good, where like it's not, but it's like it's not bad to the point where like he's gonna get knocked out every time. Khabib's striking defense is very good. His striking is very unorthodox, but he's able to defend and like not get pieced up. You know what I mean? Like, he's very unorthodox, but he's able to not get hit, and that matters, you know? Your technicality doesn't necessarily matter all that much. Moknatkina is calling out Macy Chiasson for her next fight as we approach our main event of the evening. Time to see what this has in store. 37-year-old Jose Aldo, number 2 featherweight in the world, number 18 pound for pound, coming off a win over Chase Hooper. And on the other side, you have the notorious Conor McGregor. He's lost 3 out of his last 5. Gregor Gillespie for the title. Beat Nate Diaz in the trilogy fight. Lost to Kevin Lee. Lost to Rory McDonald. And then he beat Chad Mendez in his last fight. And so, it is our main event of the evening. Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor going at it for the second time. The first time in 9 years. Aldo getting a big reaction as we are underway. Okay, so it's gone past 30 seconds, so we've already... Oh, no. Oh, no. 45 seconds. Stunned Aldo. Oh, no. It happened again. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee calls a stop to this contest at 59 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, the notorious Conor McGregor in Brazil. In Brazil, Conor gets it done. That is insane. He doesn't call anybody out, but he's a superstar. Of course he is. 3,500 in a 10. I feel like way more would come to that, even though it's just a fight night. Way more people would come out to see Aldo and McGregor. It's just because it's listed as a throwaway show, so not many people are gonna care technically, but many people would come to that fight. No popularity changes because we're already popular enough. Better performance from Aldo. Yeah, he lasted all of about 30 seconds extra, so there's that. Not a great card, honestly, as far as quality. We'll give it to great fights. We'll give it to the ladies, McKenna and Osenio. Give them some extra change. McGregor gets performance bonus. Any other first round finishes. Moknatkina. Jalen Turner, congratulations. Elias Garcia, and that is it. It's not a lot of change we're giving out today. And we make a little tiny profit as a result. McGregor walks away with $835,000, which is probably way less than he actually makes for every fight that he has. Other top earners are Jose Aldo, Habib and Marina Moknatkina. But yeah, that was crazy. So 30 seconds extra is all that Jose Aldo lasts against Conor. As a reminder, our next episode is going to be Petr Yan taking on Sergio Pettis, who I believe in real life is the current Bellator champion. That should be a good one. Stay tuned. Appreciate you guys as always if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Links are down in the description below for all of that good stuff. UFC 300, man. Couple episodes away. 10 title fights. Appreciate you guys as always. Have a good one.